feeling the same. I'm trying to.
She began as a small girl with a big dream. A Broadway hopeful turned Nickelodeon star with a voice too powerful to ignore. Standing just 5 feet tall, Ariana Grande seemed almost fragile, yet her sound could shatter expectations and rival the great divas of past generations. But her journey was never simple. Behind the glittering lights of fame came scandal, heartbreak, and tragedy. Tests that could have ended her career before it even began. And yet, she didn't just survive. She conquered, transforming every setback into a new anthem for resilience. How did this child of Boca Raton become one of the most streamed artists in the world? Adored by millions yet haunted by controversy. This is the untold story of Ariana Grande, her rise, her struggles, and her reinvention. Ariana Grande Butera was born on June 26, 1993, in the sunny city of Boca Raton, Florida. Her parents, Edward Butera and Joan Grande, were both successful professionals. Her father a graphic designer and her mother the CEO of a manufacturing company. On the surface it seemed Ariana had a comfortable upbringing, but life at home was not without turbulence. When she was just 8 years old, her parents divorced, leaving Ariana to grow up in a fractured household. The separation deeply affected her, shaping both her sensitivity and her drive to prove herself. From a very young age, Ariana showed signs of an extraordinary gift. She would belt out songs around the house, imitate divas like Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, and stun anyone who listened with her vocal range. By the age of 8, she was already performing the national anthem at sporting events, astonishing crowds with a voice far bigger than her tiny frame. Music wasn't her only passion. She was equally drawn to the stage. Ariana immersed herself in local theater productions, developing a love for performance that extended beyond singing. When most kids her age were still discovering hobbies, she was already dreaming of a career under the spotlight. Though blessed with talent and ambition, Ariana carried the scars of her family's split. That sense of longing and emotional vulnerability would later pour into her music, becoming part of the authenticity that fans connected with. Her childhood was not just the story of a little girl with a big voice. It was the foundation of resilience, preparing her for the challenges of fame that lay ahead. Ariana's first real taste of the spotlight came not on the pop charts, but on the Broadway stage. At just 15 years old, she landed a role in the 2008 musical 13, a coming-of-age production that showcased her acting chops and her unmistakable voice. For Ariana, it was proof that she could hold her own among seasoned performers. But this was only the beginning. Her big break arrived in 2010, when Nickelodeon cast her as Cat Valentine in the hit teen sitcom Victorious. With her bright red hair, quirky personality, and comedic timing, Ariana quickly became a fan favorite. The role brought her fame among teenagers worldwide, yet she often felt boxed in by the ditzy character. Behind the scenes, she was already plotting a career that would take her far beyond children's television. To showcase her true talent, Ariana began posting YouTube videos of herself singing covers of songs by Adele, Mariah Carey, and Whitney Houston. These performances revealed a very different side of her. Not a TV actress, but a powerhouse vocalist with a 4-octave range. The internet buzz caught the attention of Republic Records executives, who signed her to a recording contract. In 2011, Ariana released her first single, Put Your Hearts Up, a bubblegum pop track that hinted at her potential but didn't yet match her artistic vision. She was still finding her sound, still carving her path. But with the release of The Way in 2013, featuring rapper Mac Miller, everything changed. The song stormed the Billboard Hot 100, announcing Ariana not as a former child star, but as a rising pop sensation ready to claim her place in the music world. With the success of The Way, Ariana Grande had officially stepped into the world of pop stardom. But she was only getting started. In 2013, she released her debut album Yours Truly, a blend of R&B and pop that stunned critics and fans alike. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, a rare feat for a newcomer, and cemented Ariana as more than just a former Nickelodeon actress. Her voice, often compared to Mariah Carey's, was now the centerpiece of her career. Her sophomore effort, My Everything, 2014, propelled her into global superstardom. Singles like Problem, Break Free, and Love Me Harder dominated the charts, while collaborations with artists such as Iggy Azalea, Zedd, and The Weeknd showed her ability to thrive across genres. Ariana was no longer just a rising star. She was a household name, performing at award shows, selling out arenas, and commanding millions of fans. By 2016, she shed her teen image completely with the release of Dangerous Woman. The title track became an anthem of empowerment, showcasing her transformation into a bold, confident artist, unafraid to embrace sensuality and independence. With this album, Ariana proved she could evolve, taking control of her narrative and artistry. Then came a pair of career-defining albums, Sweetener, 2018, and Thank You Next, 2019. Sweetener, produced in part by Pharrell Williams, earned her first Grammy Award and included hits like No Tears Left to Cry and God is a Woman. But it was Thank You Next that solidified her as a cultural phenomenon. The title track became a generational anthem, breaking streaming records and resonating with fans worldwide. Seven Rings, with its trap-inspired beat and bold lyrics, further showcased her dominance. By the end of the 2010s, Ariana Grande was one of the most streamed female artists in history. She had collected Grammy Awards, Billboard Music Awards, American Music Awards, and MTV VMAs. More importantly, she had become a global icon, an artist whose music defined an era, whose voice dominated the airwaves, and whose influence stretched far beyond the stage. Behind the dazzling awards and chart-topping hits, Ariana Grande's life was often shadowed by scandal, heartbreak, and unimaginable tragedy. Her first major controversy erupted in 2015, with what became infamously known as the donut-licking scandal. Surveillance cameras caught Ariana in a California bakery, licking a tray of donuts while jokingly saying, "I hate America." The incident ignited a firestorm. Media outlets branded her disrespectful. Critics accused her of being ungrateful, and her carefully crafted image as America's sweetheart was suddenly in jeopardy. She issued multiple apologies, but the scandal remained a stain on her reputation. Her personal life added fuel to the media frenzy. Ariana's romances, whether with rapper Big Sean, the late Mac Miller, or comedian Pete Davidson, were relentlessly scrutinized. Every breakup became tabloid fodder, with online trolls quick to place blame squarely on her. When Mac Miller tragically died from an overdose in 2018, Ariana faced a tidal wave of harassment, with some fans unfairly accusing her of contributing to his struggles. The grief, coupled with public attacks, pushed Ariana to the brink of emotional collapse. But the darkest moment came on May 22, 2017. During her concert at Manchester Arena in the UK, a terrorist bombing killed 22 people and injured hundreds more. Ariana, devastated and traumatized, suspended her tour. For weeks, she retreated from the spotlight, haunted by survivors' guilt. The incident could have ended her career altogether. Yet, in an act of profound resilience, she returned to Manchester to host the One Love Manchester benefit concert, raising millions for victims and their families. It became a defining moment, not just for her career but for her humanity. Even as she pushed forward, Ariana was candid about her battles with anxiety, PTSD, and the crushing pressure of fame. She revealed that she often suffered panic attacks, sometimes even moments before stepping on stage. For fans, this honesty only deepened their connection with her. But it also exposed the brutal reality. Beneath the glitter and glamour, Ariana Grande was a young woman navigating unbearable pain under the world spotlight. Instead of letting scandal and tragedy define her, Ariana Grande transformed them into fuel for reinvention. Music became her therapy, a canvas on which she poured her grief, heartbreak, and resilience. After Manchester, she returned with No Tears Left to Cry, a soaring anthem of healing and hope. With Thank You Next, she flipped heartbreak into empowerment, turning the story of her public breakups into a declaration of self-love and independence. These songs didn't just top charts, They redefined her image as an artist who could turn pain into power. Ariana also evolved stylistically. She embraced collaborations across genres, from EDM anthems with Zedd to rap-infused tracks with Nicki Minaj. Her sound shifted effortlessly between R&B, pop, and trap, proving her versatility. Her fashion became iconic too: oversized hoodies, thigh-high boots, and her signature high ponytail created a look instantly recognizable around the world. Beyond music, she used her platform to champion causes she believed in. Ariana became a vocal advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, mental health awareness, and gun reform. She also continued philanthropy, raising millions for charity through concerts and campaigns. Her return to acting, with a starring role in the upcoming Wicked film adaptation, signaled yet another transformation, a reminder that Ariana Grande is never static. She reinvents, rebuilds, and redefines herself, proving that resilience and artistry can coexist in the face of unrelenting public pressure. Ariana Grande's legacy is already cemented as one of the defining voices of her generation. With her 4-octave range and whistle register, she has often been hailed as the heir to Mariah Carey. Yet Ariana has built something uniquely her own, an empire forged not only through chart-topping hits, but through vulnerability and authenticity. She stands as one of the most streamed female artists in history, a cultural icon whose music has soundtracked heartbreak, resilience, and empowerment for millions. Beyond the awards and records, Ariana's willingness to openly confront her struggles with grief, anxiety, and trauma has made her more than just a star. She has become a role model. Her story proves that fame is not about perfection, but about survival. Ariana Grande transformed scandal into growth, tragedy into art, and heartbreak into anthems that inspired a generation. Her journey reminds us that even the smallest voices can leave the loudest echoes. Her path proves that resilience, courage, and reinvention are the true marks of an icon. CTA. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold journeys of stars and scandals.